My goodness. Okay. I think you can hear me now. I think we're good. If at all audio, anything like that gets funky, you want to hear something different, let me know and I can totally do that. We'll play the arcade version for all of you on YouTube and Facebook. Very good to see you all. We'll talk NASCAR today, about Auto Club. We'll do normal, and normal. We'll do that. And oh yeah, and everything's great. It's very arcadey. I really love it. Yeah, so we'll talk about Auto Club. We will talk about this weekend coming up in Vegas. Also other NASCAR news. If you guys want to talk about it, we can totally do that. Let me find the remote, guys. I don't know. Oh, here it is. My bad. I got to turn down the volume on my end so we're not getting some feedback. There we go. I will say I love the vibe. I'm very excited about it. Very, very excited. So real. Hey, Team Chevy, what is up? Thanks for joining. DJ, you said this game was awesome. Played it all the time at our Walmart as a kid. That is fantastic. All right, here we go. I will say this is not a game that I'm the best at, so... I mean, granted, I'm not really great at any of the NASCAR games. I'm a driver in progress on these games. But the game itself is so charming. I'm still learning it. The thing is, though, that we won't get in... Actually, myself and Sawyer discussed this literally a few minutes ago, was that we weren't able to play the music. We don't want to get, like, copyright in this video getting taken down, so we had to turn the music off, which was very unfortunate. So, yeah, hey, everybody, welcome. Oh, my goodness, and I crashed into the wall. But it's okay. We're still going. My car is not the best right now, though, I will say that. Lap time was worse than last time, but that's what this been, so that's okay. We got to talk about Kyle Busch, too. I know that's going to be a topic of discussion, and I also don't know if you guys listened to the Dirty Mo Media podcast. I just got done listening to Denny's episode on Auto Club. I'm a little late on listening to that, but he had interesting insight onto the Kyle Busch situation, kind of what he was feeling in the car at Auto Club, kind of an ode and a farewell to that track. You guys know my feelings on that. I really didn't want it to go. So I'm a little sad, a little upset. There was other tracks, you know, I mean, this was a great deal for NASCAR. They got some of their money back from other endeavors. I mean, I don't blame them. Longevity of the sport, they want to put that money other places, that's fine. And we're expanding the California market, so I get it. At the same time, I'm like, it could have been another track and we're taking away Auto Club, so it makes me so sad. Oh my goodness, we have something else. My pick for Vegas, oh, I was looking at the comments and I'm in the grass. It was a better lap time though. My pick for Vegas, I'm not sure yet. I mean, Vegas for me, not necessarily a crapshoot because, I mean, the Fords do really well at that track. And my brain goes straight to Penske, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney. I got the stats that I'll bring up in a little bit, so to help you guys with your fantasy lineups this weekend. If you're not in the fantasy lineup or fantasy thing app, and on the NASCAR app, we have a fantasy league, and that league is called Above the Yellow Line. So if you type in, if you guys want to join us, you're a little, I always miss that turn. You're like a little late to join, just 3 races, but you can gain those points back really easily because I did really bad last week, we'll say. So yeah, thank you all for joining live, playing Daytona USA. If you are watching on YouTube and Facebook, we have a QR code that you can scan, help support the channel, help support my endeavors, and also just ways to find us too, like other social media apps that you guys want. 24th, yeah, that wasn't that great. Sorry, you guys, that really wasn't good. Other ways to find us, like ATYL merch. You see that hat right there. We don't have that hat for sale right now, but we have other ATYL Above the Yellow Line merchandise that I know you guys will love. These pins are also in the bio too. If you guys want some of those, designed by the amazing Rob Branning. James, what is up on YouTube? Thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Huh, very odd. I think, okay, yeah, Facebook is up. I got a scare from you, Facebook. It didn't look like you were doing anything, and that was really scary. My bad. All right, cool. I just want to make sure we're staying with the comments from everybody. Sweet. All right, cool. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, James, Mary, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, yeah. Miss Branding, hi. Great to see you all. I was just bragging about your son's designs. They're so awesome. So really cool. You're thinking Blaney, Logano, Keselowski. That's where I'm at, really. Like the old Penske crew is kind of where I'm at here. Let's do another arcade mode. Mirror mode, maybe not. We'll try it again. We'll see. Actually, you know what? Let's go to extras. I was curious. Did we know that there was karaoke in this? Did we know that? I don't know what obviously we can't do karaoke if it's like legit karaoke because, you know, copywritten. So, that's survival. Okay, it's distance competition mode, leaders. Okay, interesting. So here's all these modes that are in this game. So that's pretty fun. I can do a challenge mode. Let's try that. Reach the goal within the time limit. Okay, this is where I'm going to struggle. When am I coming back on the show with you and Dave? We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to guess. We'll reach back out to me and we'll figure out a time to come back on. Sure. Probably what? Maybe this weekend? I don't know. Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll figure it out. Let's figure this out, you guys. Also, goal on TikTok. If you're on TikTok right now, we got to get 25 microphones is I think the goal that I set out. So we're good. Usually I just stream on YouTube and Facebook, but we're trying something different. I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's figure it out. So time trial, I don't feel like I'm going to do well at this because I wasn't pressing the gas. That's on me. I'm going to fail this time trial. That's my fault. I take full responsibility for my actions. But this is a really darling game. I like it. I did fail. I know I saw that. I did. Yeah, in the comments... yeah, glad you guys had a good day. Yeah, in the comments, let me know your picks for, or I guess maybe your thoughts first off on Auto Club. What do we think about that? So here we go. Yeah, what did you think about Auto Club, that last race there? I picked Kyle Busch to win, last weekend, I guess at this point. So I'm very glad that he won. I went into the season saying... I have zero expectations for Kyle Busch because I didn't want to put heavy expectations on him. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. There we go. Made it. Success. Woo. I didn't want to put heavy expectations on him. Thank you, Rick, so much. I appreciate the kind words. And, you know, I think when he's not, I mean, he has so much pressure on him, but when I didn't pressure him, he did pretty well. So, that's pretty cool. All right. So the next one is reach the goal without hitting any walls. Okay, that's going to be a challenge because I mean, challenge, duh. But that's going to be a challenge because I really can't. I've reached the goal without hitting any walls. Okay, if there's a time on this, time limit 25 seconds. We'll try it. We'll give it a go. It's fine. Gentlemen, Kyle does perform well under pressure. That's the thing, though. When the cards are against him, he will rise. He always does. And I think something that Denny Hamlin said that was interesting on his podcast was that, like, a motivated Kyle and angry Kyle are two different guys. Like, angry and frustrated Kyle, I think. Motivated and frustrated, that's the two type of Kyles he was talking about. Sorry, guys. And, no, I failed. My bad. It's always that turn. And right now, he's motivated, and I would agree with that. He has, I think, a really good sense of where he's at. I think he has, you know... obviously working on fitting in with the RCR crew and their vibe, and you see him smiling a lot more. I mean, to me, as a fan looking at him from home, he seems to be a little bit more lighthearted, which is nice to see. Just because, you know, with Kyle, he can get a little angry and all that kind of stuff. But he seems to be really enjoying himself. Granted, I knew that. There's still some frustrations. But yeah, being that fast right out of the gate, that's really impressive. For real. Difficulty. Okay. Hit 315 within the time limit. Let's try it. 35 seconds. I can do that. I think I can do that. So yeah, but I think him with RCR is good. It's going to be interesting to see his dynamic with Austin Dillon continue. Like, oh boy, I messed that up, didn't I? Like, to see at the end of the day, you know, is there going to be tension between the two? Is it going to be, because now we got Austin Dillon, obviously grandson of Childress. You want that focus on him, right? But then you also have a multi-champion on your team now who, in my opinion, deserves a lot of focus because he's proven that he can and will succeed. And this weekend proved just that. And right out, ooh, hello. Wow, that was unfortunate. Yeah, I'm going to fail this task. So let's, hi John, what is up? So yeah, that's where I stand with that. It's going to be interesting to see as the season progresses what his relationship looks like with RCR and especially Austin Dillon. From an outside perspective, I don't know if him and Tyler Reddick gelled well together, and maybe they did, and I just didn't know. But not like there was bad blood between them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, I would have wished there was more of a teammate feel between them. And I feel like with the position Austin is out on that team, and obviously Kyle Busch and all of his success and everything like that, they should gel well together. But there's also an expectation of maybe some competition. I mean, Austin Dillon has to answer back to Kyle Busch's call. Kyle Busch won a race, 2 points paying races into the season with RCR. Like, that's impressive. Come on. Dang it. Yeah, I failed. I just barely failed this, though, so that's pretty good. Dillon is unproven compared to Kyle. Kyle is better better bet talent-wise. That was Rick on here. I would agree. I mean, Austin Dillon has won crown jewels and stuff like that. Like, that's really impressive, and he's also won when he needed to win. Granted, getting into like the round of 16 last year, he won Daytona. Granted, though, I know that was like a rain race, and there was a huge wreck before we went back into the racing, like hours later, and that gave him a bit of an advantage that over half the field was cut from competing when he was able to win, but he was still able to win. And he went farther into the playoffs than I think we expected, because I think he made it past the first round, or maybe he didn't. I really don't remember at all, really. Oh, there we go. I got the gold. That's awesome. So Austin Dillon has a lot to still prove. Whether he can prove that or not, I don't know. But it's interesting. You see teams like RCR where you have a driver that's, you know, part of the family is usually the number one driver, right? But you have Kyle in there now. So it's like, you know, what's the situation? What's the deal? So that's pretty interesting. Let's see. Hit 199 within the time limit. See, I kind of did that, but it was with 35 seconds. So that makes this a little bit more scary. Why not? We'll do it. James, you said Austin has sounded a lot like a team owner in the start. Makes me think how much longer he's going to be behind the wheel. I mean, he's made it clear that he's going to take over the team most likely when, you know, Childress passes or when he decides to not be the team owner anymore. So, definitely. Why am I so slow? My gosh, I'm pressing the gas. Jesus. I have no clue what's going on, you guys. I'm like, there we go. Gosh, I think I was in the wrong gear. My goodness. Yeah, that was not on me. My goodness. So yeah, I think he's definitely, yeah, thank you for telling me to shift. I literally was like, what's happening? I needed to shift. Thank you. My God. But he has sounded more like a team owner. I think he has a bright future as a team owner, just the way he's, you know, thinking. I don't know. I've listened to some interviews with Austin Dillon talking about his future and everything like that, and it gives me hope for the future. I'm shifting, you guys. I have no... Come on. Crap. Ah. So this is something new to me, is shifting. I'm not great at it, so we're trying to figure this out. Hey Michael, what is up on TikTok? Question is, thoughts on the new Kyle Busch? Easier to like him now that he's in Chevy now. So we were just talking about that just a little bit. So this is the TobyChristieCom channel stream. It is. I wanted to answer that question first. So we are on TobyChristieCom. My brand is above the line, but we partner with Toby to bring you content on his channel. So that's why. So it is TobyChristieCom and TobyChristie.com's YouTube channel and Facebook page that a lot of the other folks are watching on. But this is also above the line, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the new Kyle, I like it. I was saying he has a lot more energy in him. He has a lot more, he seems a lot more positive. I think it is easier to like him. And I think another reason why it's easier to like him is because we all perceived the way he was let go in a really, you know, that he was let go wrongfully. That's how we perceive it. So, oh goodness, I shifted wrong. My bad. I screwed myself over. But I wasn't getting a higher speed than 150, so I don't blame myself on that. But we perceived the way he was let go as wrong, right? And I know Denny Hamlin talked in his podcast that Kyle Busch was given a really good offer that he turned down. So, you know, and then I guess he was going to have to pay, Gibbs was going to have to pay Kyle Busch out of his own pocket. And it became a lot, I think, really fast. So we perceive it as they dropped him and they didn't even try. We will never know the behind the scenes of what actually happened. But all things said, Kyle's at a different team right now. He's doing something different. Let's select a different course. Let's try to do that. Nope. Whatever. I don't want to select a different course. We're good. So he's at a different team now. We're trying to see how well he's going to do. I think he's going to do well. He's shown that he's going to have success. Now, here's the other thing, though. Sometimes success at the start of the season doesn't always equal success at the end of the season. We see drivers fall off a lot. I don't think Kyle is one of those drivers necessarily, but I mean, time will tell. But RCR, they are showing with the Gen 7 car that they are having stronger equipment, which is nice. I mean, the Gen 7 car's goal was to level the playing field, and obviously, you know, as teams start to figure out the car more, there's going to be a bigger difference. I think Chevy has a really good advantage on the field right now. I mean, we've gone to more like super speedway type tracks, obviously the Daytona 500, and with Auto Club being that 2-mile, that's where I think Chevy excels. Now when we go to the intermediates and the short tracks, that's where I'm going to start to be like, okay, what do the other manufacturers have? So I think Chevy overall has a really good, really good leg up on the field right now. Kyle Busch, I mean, showing that he has speed wherever he goes. Coliseum, he had speed. That was a short track, a really short track. We go to the duels. He had speed, was taken out. Daytona 500, he had heck of speed and was taken out, or not necessarily taken out, I should say. He was really close to winning the 500 and then a spin happened and wasn't able to do it. And then for Auto Club, obviously won that race and had speed. But again, we had a short track and a bigger track. What happens when we get to the intermediates is my question. I'm sorry, I was looking at my computer. So that's the question. But I like the new Kyle. Yeah, welcome to the stream, you guys who've just joined. This is Daytona USA. Started off in the arcade, then was ported over to I think the Sega Saturn. Kind of went through the ranks a little bit, fell off. Now we're playing it on Xbox. I think they just took this off the store, so I don't know if you can actually. I don't think you can actually get this anymore. I posted about this when we got it a few weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, it's going bye-bye on the Xbox store, so get it now. And now it's gone. So excited to have this game. It is fun. I do wish like I had like an arcade setup to be able to play this. How many crashes have I seen? Like, if I've seen crashes live, I was at the 600 last year, if that tells you anything. And that's where I've seen the crashes. I worked Mid-Ohio last year for, journalism. I worked it with an outlet called The Podium Finish in tandem with TobyChristieCom and my outlet Above the O-Line. We saw a few crashes in Truck and ARCA. That was exciting. Oh, goodness, come on. I can do better than 18th. I really can. So I saw a few there. Gosh, I forget the ARCA crash that I saw. It was literally in one of the final turns. I think there were 2 turns left on the circuit at Mid-Ohio. And 2 of the cars got into each other, and I got to get photography. I tried photography for the first time that weekend. And I was able to get the moment that they crashed together on photo, and that was like the craziest thing. So those were... If I had to give an estimate of how many crashes I've seen, I don't know about you guys in the comments. I guess maybe like 7, 8, 9. Kentucky had some crashes too when I went to Kentucky Speedway. So, oh wow. Oh, enter my name. Okay. I'll just, for the sake of time, I'll just put that in. And we'll just let the time run out. Let's look to the comments, you guys. You were at Mid-Ohio last year too. Come again this year. I'll be there this year. So make sure to go to Mid-Ohio. Also, if you are watching the stream right now, make sure to share it. If you're watching on YouTube and on Facebook, I have a QR code in the corner. You can see it on my screen on the computer. Make sure to scan it. It's a great way to support the channel and to find out more about where you can find us. If not, in the description or in my bio, we have a link tree to where you can find more from us at Above the Line, TobyChristie.com. Oh, Pocono. I love Pocono. I would love to go. I thought when we did the back-to-back, like, doubleheader Pocono weekends, that was, like, fantastic. Like, when we would do, like, a Saturday, Sunday racing. I thought that was fun. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. YouTube comments. We'll kind of sit here for a minute while we kind of go through. You don't have sufficient privileges. Uh-oh. Oh, right, because it's multiplayer. My bad. Leaderboards. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Achievements. What achievements do I have? Oh. That's funny. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have all these other extras too, but let's look at the comments right now. Lightning Racing, what is up? Kyle Busch sweeps the weekend. Did you get this game is on the Xbox Marketplace? Yes. It was okay. Pocono doubleheader. It was an underrated concept. Thank you, James, on YouTube right now. It really was. I really enjoyed it. And then they were like, "Nah, we're good." And I was like, "Oh, that kind of sucks." So, yeah, that's all right. Facebook really just does not like this stream, do they? Oh my goodness. Facebook keeps saying that the stream has ended. We haven't ended, you guys. We are still streaming. We are still going. Alrighty. Cool. You're camping at Pocono in the infield. Any suggestions? I don't know. I've never been to the track, so I can't say I have suggestions. Just have fun. Can I say having fun is a suggestion? After the first couple races, how are you feeling about your playoff predictions? I feel horrible, Michael. If you all on social media, I posted my playoff brackets, and I posted them on all my social media pages here, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I posted my bracket. I don't feel good. I know I made a mistake as soon as I posted it, but if I post something, I don't take it back. I usually never take back posts if they are opinion-based or bracket-based, and I left out Martin Truex Jr. on my bracket. And because I was following the template that I had last year a little bit, and after the beginning of the season, I was like, oh my god, I made an error. Martin Truex Jr. is going to win some races this year. So that's a regret of mine already. I'm looking at my bracket. Others... I didn't have Kyle Busch moving past the first round of the playoffs this year because I wanted to go into the season without expectations for him, but I also know, transitioning manufacturers into a new team, that's a lot. And if you don't make it past the first round, I don't blame you, but knowing Kyle's performance so far the past few weekends that we've done non-points paying races and points paying races, I'm like, that might be a mistake too. So I'm feeling a little wishy-washy on that. I think I had Brad Keselowski moving into the playoffs this year. I don't know how I feel about that. I really need to pull up my bracket again and look. But yeah, so far I don't feel the best. Chevy has an early advantage this season. They're doing great points-wise. Not points-wise, I should say, but performance-wise is what I mean. So we'll have to see how that goes. Stenhouse, I did not have him on my bingo card at all. He's always a great super speedway racer, so I mean, I expect him to do well at Daytona and stuff, but I also kind of expect him to maybe cause, like, the big ones, or at least get really close to winning but never win it, and I didn't expect him to win it this year. So, with that said, my bracket's already a little bit busted because I didn't have him in the round of 16 at all. That goes to the other conversation of, are we gonna get more than 16 winners this year? And I don't think we are, so I think Stenhouse is locked in. How far he makes it, though, based on his performance at Auto Club, I don't think he's going to make it past the round of 16. Granted, there is a long way to go this season, so they could pick up their performance, but clearly JTG Doherty has a super speedway package figured out. But beyond that, I think they have some work to do. Stenhouse had an off year last year, in my opinion. He would race really well, and then they'd either have a mechanical issue, he would wreck out. Like, it was just an off year for him and his team, so maybe this is a good sign of things to come for him. So yeah. All right.
A new winner.
Goal. Let's go. All right. Comments. Thank you, guys. What is one thing unique when you go to the NASCAR event? You guys in the comments, I mean, talk to me about going to the NASCAR events. I think those are, I mean, they're super, super fun. But for me, something that's unique about going to the event is at least the perspective that you get. Also, all the free stuff. You get so much free stuff. But I would say, just because when you're watching on TV, you don't get to see all the racing. I know for the 600 weekend last year for the Xfinity Series racing, I got to see some incredible racing between, I think it was Josh Berry and, was it Justin Allgaier? I think it was Josh Berry and Justin Allgaier. We'll try arcade. Okay. And I don't think they showed it on the broadcast really at all, which was kind of sad. And I was really hoping they would, but they did not. So, you know, that's all right, whatever. But I got to see that at the race, and people at home didn't, as much as I think they should have. So I think that's what's unique about going to the events. Obviously, there's the free stuff. You get to actually mingle with the drivers if you get hot passes, which this year I think I will. Not a media pass, but a hot pass where I get to go and be a fan. So I'm excited about that, to be honest. As a fan on pit road, I also probably will be at the track this year working for one of my drivers that I market, which is really exciting. But I'll also be there to do like my journalism duties, which is also fun too. So there's so many unique things about going to the track, but the fact that you can be super close to the drivers is something that you don't get in other sports. Other sports, being close to the talent or the athletes or whatever you want to call them is kind of off limits. You can get courtside seats, sure, that's fine, but you gotta pay a crap ton to get those courtside seats, or you gotta know somebody to be able to, I knew that was gonna happen, to do that for you. To get hot passes, some tracks have stopped allowing it after, you know, the pandemic and everything, but some tracks still do it, and I don't think it's super expensive, but I also don't know. But even then, the drivers do interviews before the race. My car is busted, oh my gosh. How do I fix, I don't think I can fix my car. I think I just gotta ride this out. Oh, this is horrible. Hold on, let's exit this game. But yeah, before the race, you can do like the driver interviews, get driver autographs. You can't do that with basketball, football, whatever. Like, you're stuck in the stands. You can't really get as close as you want. So that's what's unique. Oh, I'm so glad I unlocked a core memory there. That's awesome. Being able to watch your favorite driver every single lap if you want to is awesome to see in person, and getting to meet them too is also really fun. Batman said, I don't watch NASCAR. Will Kyle Busch go down as one of the best drivers of all time? I think so, yes. Absolutely. I mean, the amount of wins that he's done, I think for me, he pioneered Toyota, like, in NASCAR. That's my opinion. 61 wins now. With the format that we have now, that's near impossible to achieve. So I think he definitely goes down as one of the best. I also, you know, being a team owner, being a successful team owner, for the truck series at least, that's a lot. So I think he does. James, you said, not saying you should come to Bristol because I'll be there, but I highly recommend Bristol. I would love to come to Bristol. Unfortunately, I'd love to go to the Bristol Dirt Race just to experience it. What is up? Yo, what is up? B-Dub. So I would love to go to the Bristol race, but it would have to be like the one in the fall. And that's, I don't know. We'll have to see if I can make that happen or not. I'm also on TikTok, you guys. I'm trying to get the 25 microphones. I don't know. Again, I still need to look up what the heck those mean. But always making goals. So trying to get to 1K likes as well. We got to 9K likes last stream that we did, and that was pretty impressive. I was very impressed by you all, so we can try to do that too. But yeah, I would love to go to a Bristol race. My grandparents used to go actually all the time, and now that they're a little older, it makes it a little harder for them. But Bristol, the track is like up on a hill, I think, or it's like something like that. There's a steep incline to get into the track area. I knew that was going to happen. And they're not really able to make that anymore. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to go with them. And I don't know if they'd still be up for it, but I think that'd be a really fun thing to do with them. I think Charlotte is kind of our new home track, even though it's way far away from where I live, but we've kind of made that our home base. We love the experience there. If you don't have your tickets to the 600, highly recommend getting them, because it was a race to remember last year. That whole weekend of racing was spectacular. In the experience there too, you're in the home of NASCAR. You have all the shops around you. You have the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Good food as well. There's really good food in the area. I don't know. It was such a fun event. If you're not going, and if you're looking for a race to go to this year, that is the one you should go to. Obviously, the Daytona 500, that's on my bucket list. I'd love to do that someday, but this year it's passed. I don't know if we can go in 2024. I can't say my schedule because I don't really know my schedule yet, but knowing what I have ahead maybe in 2024, I don't know if I can make that trip, so maybe a Daytona 500 in 2025. I don't really know. That said, yeah. The horrible media, the media center food, oh my god. So, Mid-Ohio at the media center, I mean, Mid-Ohio is a more rundown type of track. I think it's underrated. I think they would benefit from, getting some new stands in there, upgrading their facilities a little bit. I do think that they would benefit from that. But the media center, we didn't have food there because nobody was there. It literally, because all the big media people they were in Atlanta covering the Xfinity and Cup race. So it was just me and like a few other people. Jim Utter and Chris Knight were there as well. In terms of big media people, obviously, you had like your pit reporters, Josh Sims, Jamie Little, I think was there. But I got to meet Josh Sims, and he was one of the nicest guys. I only talked to him for a few minutes though, but I mean, I am so glad that he's a bigger part of the broadcast now on Pit Road. He does an excellent job. So getting to meet him was cool. Getting to meet the teams and the drivers and stuff like that. I shared the story before about me interviewing Matt DiBenedetto. That was one of my favorite interviews I think I've done so far. And that's not even biased in it. It was just a unique experience with that interview. You're going to the 600, Dylan. That is awesome. Yeah, I'll try to hold a meetup there. We tried to do it last year. But timing and everything didn't pan out, and there was no cell service that I was able to get. But we'll have to... Why am I going sideways? Oh my god, okay. But we'll have to meet at the 600 if you're going. We tried to do it around the time that they were doing the tweet up with Bob Pockrass and everything like that. So we'll have to see. 12. No, that's better than I was able to do. But yeah, definitely meet up. I'll try to bring like merch to give away too when I'm at the track, because I know a lot of you guys said you're going to the 600 and would like to meet up, so we can definitely try to do that. Jay, you said we did Bristol night race last year. It was awesome. It seemed like it was such an awesome race. That was a crazy race. Tires were going down left and right at that race, I believe. Batman, you said who had a breakout year in your opinion in NASCAR? Last year, Ross Chastain Trackhouse, period. I mean, for being a team that we don't consider to be like a top market, oh my god, Devontae, what is up? Oh my god, so good to see you in the chat. Basically, you know what, we'll actually preview Vegas for a second before we transition into our next game, which is, we're going to do Forza 7 next. But yeah, let me make myself like full screen so we can all like chat a little bit. But yeah, so basically the whole point of the Trackhouse thing, me thinking that Trackhouse had a breakout year, was they were not a team that I think everyone expected to be really good right out of the gate. And so when they were really good, we were all like, oh my god, like this team has something special. And then they got Ross Chastain into the championship 4 and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, for me, they had a breakout year. This year, not sure yet. It's so early on. We don't know. Also this weekend, there's a whole weekend of racing. IndyCar's back. F1 is back. I have not gotten super into IndyCar or F1. My goal is to try to do that more this year when I have more time. So like that's the goal. Let's see. Jay, you said I heard last week that they are upgrading the bleachers this year. Good. I really think they need to. But Mid-Ohio, if you have not gone to that, if you are near the track or in one of the bordering states, go to the race this year for truck and truck and ARCA. I know the Atlanta race is also that weekend. I understand that, but go to Mid-Ohio, please. It's so fun. Maddie D. Burrito, I love that. Yeah. On TikTok, we're trying to get to, I guess, 500 likes. We'll make that a goal, so make sure you like this and also share this stream on TikTok with everybody. But YouTube, let's check that out real quick before we check in with our track facts and driver stats going into this weekend for Las Vegas. We'll do that. So, there we go. Let's see. Rick, you said... I get to the track at 6 a.m. and somehow Bob Podcast always beats me. Bob is always there really early for media, you guys. He will always be there super, super early. Thank you for getting those likes up, you guys. But yeah, if you if you want to do media or anything in NASCAR, start off somewhere. Look, reach out to a small outlet, show them some writing that you've done. I think the biggest thing is don't be in media just to get pit passes. That is the worst thing you can do. Don't do it. Be there to work. Because for one, if you're using the pit passes just as that, you will get kicked out. You will not be allowed back into the pit area if you get those media passes and you use them for fun. That is not what they are meant for. Some people still abuse the passes, and I do not like seeing it. Ooh, wow. My laptop just decided to, whoa. So just be aware, if you want to cover a race, make sure you're covering it. You're writing for an outlet. You're doing something. Even then, too, I know that there's been a lot of discrepancy over just videoing things, just videoing the drivers and posting that. I understand, because at that point, you're just videoing and you're posting, right? But when you're also writing as well, it's like full coverage. So I know NASCAR might be backing off on that a little bit if you're just there to video interviews and post them. I get that. But anywho, track facts and driver stats. So I do want to show you the standings real quick. TikTok, hear me out here. But we have an above the yellow line crew points standing. And what we do is we have a points breakdown. If you are first in points, let me back up. We all get to pick a random race winning pick. My pick's going to be different than the rest of our crew. We all pick somebody totally different based on a random draw. How that works, you all don't need to know. Just bear with me. But based off of who we pick, there's also points assigned to those racers depending on how they finish. So I picked Kyle Busch to win the race this past weekend at Auto Club. So I ended up getting 25 points and a bonus point because I picked the actual winner of the race. The driver I thought would do well actually won, so I got a bonus point. So I have now 51 points. I won our picks at Daytona as well, so following the first two races. And everyone else is like 23, 24, and 35 points behind. Poor Adam, my guy, has been last every single week. So those are the point standings. Let's see if I can I can show you guys this. Ooh, TikTok, hello. Yeah, you can see this a little bit. That's fine. We're going to make this work. Great. Yeah, we're trying. Sorry, you guys. You know what? We're just going to show you the screen. My bad. So yeah, so those are the points breakdown. But yeah, the track facts and driver stats, let's get to that too. If there is a factual error, I promise I double, triple, quadruple checked everything. So bear in mind that I am human. I am going to make errors. But here we are. So the race length is 267 laps, 400 miles. The track length for Vegas is 1.5 miles. The stages break down to 80 laps, 85 laps, 102 laps going into this weekend. And then our track driver stats, excuse me, you guys, going into the weekend. So you all know what bets you can make. Ben, what is up? Thanks for joining. So the race, sorry, my bad. Driver stats. All right. Here are driver stats for this week. The last drivers to win at Vegas was Bowman and then Logano. Bowman in the spring, looking for a repeat, and then Logano in the fall. The active driver with the most track wins is a tie between Keselowski and Logano. Looking at driveraverages.com, it's a tie of 3. The active driver with the best average finish is Joey Logano with an 8.5 average finishing position. The team with the most track wins, to my count, is Hendrick Motorsports with, I believe, 7. And wins by manufacturer, Chevrolet has 10. Ford has 14, so they win out overall. And Toyota has 5. So that's how everything seems to break down going into this weekend. So we'll have to see. I don't know who we all think is going to win this weekend at Vegas. My bet is like a Joey Logano or Ryan Blaney. One of those wins. Blaney did have a really good car at Auto Club. And then he didn't. I think he had a bad pit stop, and then he got caught up in the wreckage of everything else. So that was really disappointing as a Blaney. I mean, I have my Blaney shirt on as a Blaney fan. And things like that. Awesome. 300 likes. Thank you guys so much on TikTok for getting those up there. I appreciate it. So yeah, so there was that. I think it's time that we transition to a new game. I think we've reached that point in the show where we're like, you know what? Let's try to play something a little different. I have Forza 7 ready to play. Actually, I guess that's a lie. Not ready to play right now. My goodness. I need to make sure it's ready to play. We have the music off for that one. Cool. So music is off. We're not going to get copywritten. That'd be a little bad. But yeah, so Forza. Here we go. Chris, what is up? Thanks for joining. Poor Blaney just can't catch some good luck. I know. iRacing, I have actually not done iRacing yet. So That is gonna be a little interesting, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, so I haven't done iRacing yet. A lot of it is I want equipment for it. I want an actual rig. I have played Forza 5. We've played Forza 5. Yeah, we have. We've played it, so I should probably play it on the stream again. I really should. But I've played Forza 7. Oh, hello. Look at this introduction. We're just gonna let that play while I talk a little bit. But, basically, where was I going with this? Oh my gosh. I totally forget where I was going. I saw the comment. Yeah, think iRacing. Yeah. Haven't tried it yet just because I really want the rig. Ben, if you want to sell me your rig, talk to me after I get a few paychecks because I'll gladly take it. I know there's been an opportunity presented to me to join a women's iRacing team, which is exciting. I said, give me like the end of the year to figure it out, and we'll see if this is something I want to pursue. But people have wanted to know if I will go into pursue iRacing at some level. That is something I would like to try my hand at. So you guys asked, here we are. So John, thanks for joining back in. I appreciate that. Let's just do a free play. Why not? Yeah, NASCAR Thunder 2004, we'll have to do that the next stream. I was thinking about it this time. The issue with the next gaming stream might not be for a bit. Again, moving. So all the equipment, all the gaming stuff is going to be in a different place. So it might not be for a little while until we're able to stream games again, which breaks my heart because I don't like that at all. Okay, so we got to pick our tracks here. I don't want to... Set up car. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe we do. You know what? Let's try this. Why not? I know this is a NASCAR channel. Oh, God, I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay. I know this is a NASCAR channel, but let's just do this. Why not? What is your favorite track that you have been to? Great question. My favorite track that I've been to has to be the 600, or Charlotte Motor Speedway. Mid-Ohio is a close second. Kentucky is another track that I've been to. I like it for the vibes. if that says anything. The racing was never that great, but I loved just the feel of being at Kentucky. It was a fun atmosphere. What happens if your driver loses? Does it mean you don't get any points at all? No. So the way we do our point system is if your driver loses, I think you only get 8 points. So we still have, oh, wait, okay. What am I doing? Oh my goodness. Okay. So we don't totally lose out if our driver loses, which is really nice. 400 likes, thank you guys. We can get to 1K. I think we can do it. If you guys just spam the like button, like we'll definitely get there on TikTok. I know. So we have Forza 4, Devontae. I will play it. I promise you we have to. And also Facebook, what is up? Thank you all on Facebook who are joining right now. Yeah, why not? I did do free play. What was I thinking? Yeah, the 600 is awesome. I used to go to Chicagoland a lot. RIP. Oh my gosh. But no, I want to go to Eldora this year though. I would love to go to the SRX race. I don't think I would work it necessarily. But yeah, everything's down good. I wouldn't work that race, but I would like to go as a fan because I've never been to a dirt race in person. So I want to see how that works before. So let's see. So we have some mods here, which is really nice. So selecting the car. Sorry guys. What am I missing? Sort filter. Sort by division. No, I want to do manufacturer. Okay, applying filters. There we go. I'm missing something here, you guys. I feel like an idiot, but I'm definitely missing something. Let's get the we'll try to get the NASCAR cars up here. We'll race some IndyCar in a few seconds, but yeah. Yeah, Eldora does look like a really fun. Oh, 1K likes. Thank you guys. I was really fast. My goodness. Yeah. So Eldora, I would love to go. Yeah. So, you were talking about the points if the drivers win or lose. Yeah, so if we're talking about like the actual, not like the ATYL points, but if we're talking about like the drivers points, you still get points in NASCAR, like for like the stages, like the stage cautions or the stage breaks that we have. If you're in the top 10, you get points for that. Points for that. Goodness, sorry guys. If you win the stage, you get an extra little bonus point, which is really fun. And then the end of the race, obviously, depending on your finishing position, you get points as well. I think the only way you really don't get points is if you get DQ'd. So there is that. Yeah, so let's look at our tracks. We got a few. Obviously, not... Okay, yeah, so here are some of the NASCAR tracks. Indy, we got that little road course thingy-majig. Homestead, which I will probably choose as the track.
You can also change the type of circuit.
Yeah, and I can change the type of circuit too. So, I'll probably just... I know...
Do you want to do the old?
No. Yeah, we'll select car. Why not? Lori says, I don't know if this is like, I'm not supposed to do this, but we will do that. Why not? Okay, so here we go. We'll go to race. After all that, let's figure this out. This will be the road course setting for Indy, I believe, so this is going to be interesting, so we'll try that out. But yeah, do you watch IndyCar? If you don't, you should. I know. So I watched some of IndyCar last year, like when they went to Nashville for the first time. I think that was last year. I really don't remember. I watched that race and that was really cool. I really like Colton Herta a lot. Obviously the Penske guys. I mean, I watched NASCAR. I'm gonna like the Penske guys, you know. So I plan to watch a lot more this year. I plan to start watching this weekend if possible. I might have to DVR all the races though, because Formula 1's starting again too. Can't recommend Eldora enough. We got a handful. We go a handful of times a year. Even a rain out was an absolute blast. I gotta go. I really do. So we will see. Yeah, thank you. The 1.2K likes. We can get it to 2K. I think you guys can do that. We can do that. John, you said you oh, yeah, the Lightning Racing, their bucket list. Oh, that's so cool. What diecast am I planning on getting this year, if any? That's a great question, Devontae. A lot. I mean, so here's my... Yeah, that was gonna happen. My bad. This is like the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. I'm just gonna say it. This is horrible. I regret this, but this makes for good content. This is fun. It's like Christopher Bell at the Coliseum. This is fun. We're having fun. I'm gonna overdrive that corner. Oh my god. Thorning the limits. Diecast I plan to get. I still want the Chris Buescher Bristol win, but the quality of the diecast have gone down. I think it's just a manufacturing thing. They're trying to manufacture them, I think, quicker, a little bit more cheap. And when you have a little bit cheaper manufacturing, the quality's not going to be as good. But I would like that diecast. For me, Kyle Busch's diecast for his win, I would love that, to be honest with you. The throwbacks are always ones I keep in mind. Joey Logano's diecast this year, I'm not like Joey Logano's biggest fan-wise, but over the years I've learned to respect him, and I've learned to actually, I guess so, be a fan of his a little bit, the Penske boys. His scheme this weekend that he's running at Vegas is hot. It reminds me of the Pennzoil #1 back in the day when they had the stripes and things on it. I think it's reminiscent of that scheme. So, I am really not good at this track. I'm gonna leave this track. I don't like that. Oh my god. We're gonna quit this race. Sorry guys. I usually don't quit the races like this, but that sucked. So we're gonna choose a different track. Reset up. Okay. I wanted to go to Miami, so let's go to Miami. A little more comfortable with that. Oh my god. Okay, cool. There we go. Track is loading, that's fine. Brayden! Oh my god, what is up? Thanks for joining the chat. Don't worry, I've lived in Indy literally 20 minutes from IMS and have only been to the Indy 500 once in my entire life. I've never been, so you're ahead of me, Brayden, for sure. Brayton Laster, the number 03 from Mullins Racing. Mullins Racing, they have a great, well, Brayton and Mullins Racing have a great TikTok account. TikTok accounts, I should say. Love them for sure. Devontae, I'm going to Indy in August. I'm looking forward to it. I'll have so much fun. Yeah, I plan to follow IndyCar a lot more closely this year. Same with Formula One. I followed the season pretty closely last year. I catch up with Drive to Survive. I'm very new to the other motorsports besides NASCAR. So it's a time of learning. Obviously, working 2 jobs, a full-time student, I don't have a lot of free time to watch all the racing I would like. So we're gonna expand that this year. All right, this is more familiar too. This is good. Can we get to 2K likes on TikTok, you guys? I think we can do it. I'm not gonna slow down. Wow, the Mountain Dew scheme. I loved the Mountain Dew scheme when they had it. Obviously, can't happen now, but boy, that was a sharp scheme. When Chase Elliott ran a Mountain Dew scheme at Kentucky, I think it was, 2017, 2018, something like that. That was a hot scheme. I love that. Random, hello. I'm trying to read your comment and not. This is really bad. Hello, huge NASCAR fan. I've attended COTA races, including this year's COTA. Oh, very fun. I was actually a really big fan of Circuit of the Americas. The first year NASCAR ran out, obviously we had all that rain, those rain issues. Oh boy, my goodness. We had all those rain issues that caused some really dangerous conditions. But I don't blame the track on that. I blame we wanted to try to get the first race in there at the track. And we were like, oh, well, it's a little bit more rain than we probably should race in, but let's just do it anyways. So that, I don't know if I was a big fan of that, but I also understood my language and grammar. NASCAR wanted to get that race in because it was the first event for that track. They wanted to put on a show. All those fans came out. So I'm glad we're still going there. I do really like that track. NASCAR, I know, I feel like I think they worked on their road course package during the off season, so I'm excited to see what changes that brings to the quality of racing that we see. 1 of 24. Oh wait, that's my place. Sorry, lap 4 at 5. My bad. I got so nervous there. Yeah, this is lap 4 at 5, you guys. I know my image is kind of covering the screen, and I'm also reading my comments at the same time. Sorry, you guys. This is why I never text and drive, and you're seeing why. While I'm playing a game. Totally different, feel and situation. But yeah, don't text and drive, you guys. That's really dangerous. It's not responsible. Don't do it. There we go. Yeah, they eliminated that was a big change. They eliminated the stage breaks at road courses. Thank God. I'm so excited about that. It should help the flow of the race a lot better. It will make strategy incredibly interesting because already at road courses, the strategy is fantastic. You'll see, I mean, the thing is, though, the only question that we have is all right, are they going to stay out past the stage break, or are they going to come in before the stage break, or whatever it is? So the strategy involved when you take out the stage is a lot more interesting. So I'm excited about that. For me, I would like to see stage breaks eliminated completely, keep the points in there, but just eliminate the stages. I think that's also really fun. Is Forza 7 still available for purchase? I have Forza Horizons 5 and 4. Yeah. Yeah, but you buy the disc. That's what you have to buy, though. Not available digitally, but is available on the disc. So I like the game. I think it's fun, for sure. Let's see. You had the Kansas one diecast before I sold it. Oh, you sold it? Why'd you sell it, Devontae? Oh my gosh. My goodness. But yeah, the Kansas win. I think you're talking about Bubba's probably. I do have the Kurt Busch Kansas win diecast. That was a really fun one to be able to purchase. I still have the Denny Hamlin 600 one pre-ordered. I have it pre-ordered because I was at that race. So that'll be my first 124 Denny diecast that I have. I have pre-ordered the Kevin Harvick Busch Apple win from Michigan last year because I was at that race. I was able to watch as a fan. That was fun. And then I have another one of his. I think I have his Richmond win one pre-ordered as well because I love Kevin Harvick's schemes. Not gonna lie to you guys. Thank you all for the likes on TikTok. I appreciate it. We're trying to get to 2K likes. I think we can do it. We've done it before. We've gotten to 8K, you guys. If you spam that button, we'll get there. John, you said, in my opinion, stage caution should be taken out of all the races to avoid confusion by the fans. I think so too. I think when we start changing the rules for certain tracks, we're going to start confusing people. We finally have the choose cone rule at the majority of the tracks, right? So I think we should just kind of streamline it a little bit. And I know we're keeping stage cautions for, is it Xfinity and Truck? I think still have them for those races, something like that. I know, gosh, I made a video on the rule a long time ago, and again, we'll be reminded when, you know, everything happens. But yeah, this is Forza 7. What we got here. Texas needs to be turned into a track like Atlanta. There's no super speedway options. W of Talladega. So, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna be real with you. I think if Texas was just reconfigured a little bit, you keep the same mileage of the track, I think it could be fine. I don't know if I want to see another super speedway on the schedule. That's just my opinion. But then again, that's just my opinion. I don't think we need any more short tracks. The whole auto club thing, that makes me really nervous because they say the track has a bright future. They sold a majority of the land. How are we going to make that into a short track? We don't know. We know it's not going to be on the schedule next year. So, what track do you guys want to see? I'll just kind of scroll through them as we're talking. Maybe you guys on TikTok probably cannot see the screen that well, like at all. Like, but if you guys on the YouTube, and on Facebook are like, hey, I have a track that I really want to see you play in Forza 7, just let me know. And also if there's a car model that you want me to try too, let me know. But yeah. So, oh, Randy said I actually have the diecast. Chase ran at the first Coda race. Oh, that's fun. So Forza 7, you can still buy the physical copy, like the disc, but you cannot download it. What is that? Watkins Glen. I'm hearing Watkins Glen. I'm hearing Daytona. 34 for life. Thank you for joining. I assume a Michael McDowell fan. That's very awesome. I still, oh, okay. Devonta, you said I still got my Kurt win. I sold my, oh, Chase Elliott Kansas win. I'm keeping my Kurt. Okay, gotcha. I was like, bro, I cannot believe you would have sold that. Oh my gosh. Nazareth. Oh my God, Nazareth. We talked about that on a live stream with the ATYL crew a few months ago. I think Rob Branding, who does my graphics here, I think he made like an actual sticker for it on his Redbubble page. So check it out. The sticker is very genius. I love it. So if you know, you know. Let's see. What else? Yeah. Okay. I'll race a Ford. Ask for Texas Motor Speedway. I just want the track gone. I know, John. I know. Thoughts on the state of NASCAR Twitter? Oh no, you guys. Okay, well, first off, we got to do Watkins Glen. So, wait, whoa, hold on. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, we'll go to Watkins Glen. I'm gonna change my car. I'm not gonna do one of those anymore. So let me. Oh right, I can look at the screen right here. We'll talk about the state of NASCAR Twitter in just a second. Let's try the Indy cars. We'll do that. Let's see. Let's go to. Uh-oh. What's happening? Sorry, guys. We're figuring this out. Filter by class. Okay. Apply filters. Great. Why? Figure it out. I don't know what I did. I did something. That would be my problem. Totally did that. We'll do IndyCar. We'll try IndyCar, you guys. I know we'll do Ford next, I swear. Brayton, you said I'm currently in the process of breaking NASCAR Twitter. Do it. Break it. NASCAR Twitter is interesting. It is a very intense community. I will say that's funny enough. Change, you need to select a new. Why? All right. I got so confused. I thought it wasn't gonna let me play like or as any of the IndyCar cars, so that made me upset. Oh, whatever. All right. This is a no-brainer for me. Gotta do it. Have to do it. All right. Let's see. Go to race. So yeah, the NASCAR Twitter. She's interesting. She's a work in progress. She needs a little help from time to time. Just to know, you guys, if you feel like you need a break from social media, take that break. Twitter will always be there when you get back. You might miss some things here and there, but the state of NASCAR Twitter is festive. I'll say that. Elio, I think that is. Hello. Thank you for joining. iRacing. I mentioned this before a little bit, but no, I haven't iRaced yet. I would love to. I really want to. I want to do it with a rig though, and when I have the funds, I will definitely get into it. I know everyone's like, the subscription doesn't cost that much. I'm a college student. I'm broke, so keep that in mind. But yeah. Brayton, you said I made a joke about the short track aero package and yeah, I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. Yeah, I can do Indy Max, that's fine. Oh, sorry, God, I'm racing, my bad. All right, let's see. Braking. So here's the thing that I'm learning really quickly with we played Forza 7, I think a few weeks ago, just for fun. And I learned very quickly with the Indy cars, they are much harder to turn. Much harder to turn than anything. Like, oh my gosh. So, also learning how to brake properly. Everything the funny thing is, when I'm racing as this car now, it feels a little different than when we did it the other day. It's a lot more sensitive. This is bizarre. Ooh. I do have like a wheel and pedal though. It has the NASCAR logo on it. That is going to my personal home though, so I don't have it with me right now because, you know, again, thank you for the 1.5k likes, you guys. I'm gonna turn around. Oh my God. Whoa. All right. Oh, what the? What? Oh, my bad. Okay. Well, that was a feature that I've never done before. I did the same thing. Oh, whatever. We're fine. I'm talking and this at the same time. We're not good at it, but I do have a wheel and pedals. However, it will not. I really don't think it doesn't work with iRacing. I'll say that right now. It doesn't. It's only PS2. So there's that. But I would like to try iRacing at some point. It's just a matter of when I have the time and the funds and the setup. That's the thing. I was, again, like I said before, I was approached with an opportunity to join an iRacing team, which I thought was really fun. Yeah, because I didn't break you guys. I know that. That was a mistake on my part. My bad. And I told them, I was like, hey, ask me again in the end of the year, maybe this summer, and I'll get back to you because I still need to try iRacing. So, we'll see. Yeah, really talking and doing this at the same time. I've been told over and over, or not I've been told over and over, I've learned over and over. Not the best. I just need to go slower. It's my thing. I really want to gas it with these cars, but I know you really can't. I mean, you can, for sure. I mean, heck, the IndyCar drivers prove that you can. They're fast as all freaking anything, but I can't do that. Not skilled with these cars just yet. But yeah, in honor of the season starting this weekend, why not? Let's race. What game is this? This is Forza 7. The rumble strips, that's fine. I also am aware that I'm 24th out of 24. That's okay. This is a learning ground. We're learning. Ooh. Yeah, who are your guys' picks for Vegas this weekend? That's a question I have. And then the other motorsports that are happening this weekend, IndyCar, F1, your picks for those races as well. This makes me so nervous. I do like Watkins Glen. I think that'd be a fun track to go to. I've been to New York before, but just New York City. But would be fun to go to a different part of New York just to get a different experience. I went to New York City 3 times, and I think every time I went, I liked it less and less. It's just that city life, like that intense, is not for me. Now, something like Columbus or like Charlotte, something like that, like that's fine. I can do that. That's actually quite enjoyable, kind of. But New York, that was a lot. I did not like it. No offense to anyone living in New York City, just the city life, that intense, not totally for me. Alex or Kyle, like Alex Bowman or Kyle Busch. Oh, for your pick. Sorry, my bad. I totally forgot to ask. And we're gonna run into a wall. That's cool. Yeah, Alex, I mean, Alex is a good shot. Kyle, I mean, he's also pretty good at Vegas, too. So I expect him to do decent. Alex Bowman, I think he could be a repeat. Alex Bowman does perplex me, though. I will say that. When he's good, he's really good. When he's bad, he's not doing too hot. But this is a track that favors him, I think. He's had good stats at it. I think he has a good shot of getting win number 1 of the season early on. So we'll have to see. Yeah, Kyle Busch is a good pick. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but obviously on the door or above the window on the windshield, they have like the driver's name, right? And because Kurt retired, there's no longer 2 Bushes in NASCAR, so they took the KY out in front of Kyle Busch's name, so it's just Busch, and it's really sad. I was like, wow, what an era. I do miss Kurt a lot in the sport. Like, I know he still is around, like, no, I gassed it too much. Oh, I thought I could avoid it, my bad. Yeah, this is just abysmal, you guys. I am sorry. I really am. I could race better, I'm just not. Formula One, Vettel, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Vettel could be a good bet. Watch Max Verstappen win this first race, and then it's like, all right, he's already the championship favorite, wins the championship this year. I mean, from what I've heard from testing, I think they're the fastest team, Red Bull, right? Right, so far. Again, I don't follow Formula One as closely as I think a lot of you do. But I do know, at least from some testing, it's clear that Mercedes has issues. Kind of, I guess, same from last year, right? So, we will see. Dom Joseph, who, ATYL crew member, he is a Ferrari guy. I'm sorry. This is not fun anymore. I'm sure for you all, this is not fun for you to watch. Because I'm just wrecking. I'm sorry. But Dom, it really likes the Ferraris, so for his sake, I hope the Ferraris do well this season. So yeah, and then I'm also excited Daniel Ricciardo is going to be a reserve driver for Red Bull, so he's back with them after leaving a few years ago. But not as a full time, so that kind of sucks, but okay, you know what? This track was fun. We're going to quit, though. I'm sorry, you guys. We're gonna quit this race. I'm sorry. Sean, what is up? Thanks for joining the chat. Tan, thanks for joining as well. Oof, the IndyCar, Glenn Boot. I hate that section. Yeah. I did travel back in time. My goodness. Sounds like Taylor needs to be on y'all's team for. I mean, I did great, and I will say I got the offer to do the 24-hour thing. I think, or it was brought up to me to do it. I was like, I don't have iRacing. I've never done it before. This is probably not the time for me to start. 2.3K likes. Thank you, guys. That's crazy. You guys are awesome. Change your view. Maybe that'll help. I tried, man. I really did. It's not helping. I've done this before because the only view that really helps me is like that third-person view. I guess I'll call it third person. So there's that. All right. Let's see. Do you want to try? See, I'll get to some of the comments here. Sawyer, those who've watched the streams before know Sawyer. He's gonna play a little bit because he will race better than me because I'm multitasking. He is not, but he's also good at these games as well. So we'll do that. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate that. Make sure to share this stream with your friends. We're getting to 3K likes, you guys. Thank you so much. Daytona with a Ford. We could do that. You want to Daytona with a Ford? Want to try it? We're gonna try it. We're gonna do it. So yeah, could do that. What if we could travel back in time? Wouldn't that be crazy? Oh my gosh, that'd be wild. W Stream, thank you so much. Road America, we will try Road America next for sure. Thank you for all the likes. I appreciate it. All of the love. Oh my goodness. This ain't NASCAR. It's gonna be NASCAR, I promise you. We're changing it to NASCAR right now. In honor of IndyCar starting, we wanted to do some IndyCar on Forza 7. So that's why we did it. You went to the Auto Club races, Adam. That is fun. We all miss Kurt. Game again, this is Forza 7. Who is my pick for Vegas? It's one of the Penske guys. It is. Ooh, thank you for all the comments. The game is Forza 7. Yeah, now it's NASCAR, you guys. I promise it's NASCAR now. Casey, what is up? Thanks for joining. Daytona with a 40. It's the beef. Smithfield, let's go. Yeah, we gotta race Logano. We gotta be Logano. Are we Logano fans now? Is that what this has turned into? Are we now Logano fans? We go. I do have that paint scheme, that advanced auto one in a color chrome. It's one of like 72, and I have the 72nd. So it's either the first of 72 or I have the 72nd one. I don't remember which one it is. It's on my shelf back in my room. So yeah, this is on the Xbox. Xbox One, thank you. Yeah, this is Xbox One. Are all NASCAR drivers in this game? They are not, unfortunately. We have Kyle Busch, the M&M's car. We have Joey Logano. There's we have Chase Elliott in this game. I think those are the 3 NASCAR. Because there's the 24, the 9. Yeah, so we have Byron. 24, 48, 18, 22, 9. So we have like the recent kind of thing. Hendrick Motorsports really just runs away with this, honestly. Hello, 48 Nation, what is up? So 48, are we like Alex Bowman? Are we still Jimmy Johnson? Let me know what you're thinking about that. We are not. No. Okay, so everyone in the comments on YouTube is saying we are not Joey Logano fans. I don't speak for the folks in the YouTube comments. Sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh. Be Byron next if you want. We can. Can't wait for trucks tomorrow. Trucks is going to be fun. Oh my gosh. This truck season is the one to watch. If you're not going to follow it closely, I recommend you follow it closely. Just with the changes in the manufacturers, the changes that we saw with Kyle Busch Motorsports switching to Chevy. That's going to be exciting to watch. Oh my god. Front row. Their team looks to be decent to start off. So, really interesting. Yeah. I'm trying to think back to everything. Like, Daytona weekend was such a blur. Zane Smith won their race there. Austin Hill won in Xfinity. He's a great super speedway racer, so expected that. Yeah, oh, and we love Stuart Friesen. We love Stuart Friesen here. What game is this? This is Forza 7. Forza 7 on Xbox One. So it'll be fun. Ooh, all of the comments. Thank you, guys. Ready for Vegas this weekend? Oh, yeah, we are ready for Vegas. Yeah, okay, TikTok, I don't speak for you either. You guys aren't Logano fans either. Oh, my gosh. There's so much dislike towards Logano. I understand on track he's a little aggressive. Off track, I like his personality. I think he's a fun driver to follow. Brayton Laster, the driver of the 03 or the 03. Brayton, how do you say it? Is it 0303? I don't know how you pronounce it. I do it different every time. But the 03 in the ARCA Menard Series for Mullins Racing says this reminds me of the ARCA race already. 3 wide, turn 2. I know. Oh my gosh, that race was actually really good. I was excited by what we saw during the Daytona weekend. BM Stoney said, as a Byron fan, I hate Logano. As a Hamlin fan, I hate Logano. Fair. That's fair. Okay, Sean, you said, I like Bowman and Johnson. Ooh, wow, so many comments. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to keep up. I like Bowman, but Johnson is the GOAT. I know. Team 48 forever now. He's in the 84 select races. That's pretty crazy. Let's see. Lightning, you said, going out on a limb and saying Ty Majeski wins the championship this year. That is bold. Who did I say? I made my championship predictions for Xfinity and Truck. I think for Xfinity, Justin Allgaier has to. He has to this year, you guys. I really do. So much love for Justin Allgaier. So we'll see if he can get it done. For Truck, my thought process was Grant Enfinger. I think he has a good shot this year. He's always really strong. It really just depends on how quickly all the teams that switched around can make their presence known. But yeah, I think they have a really good shot this year. I do. However, I'm also aware with GMS, they have 2 young new drivers that need a lot of attention. So that might not play into Grant Enfinger's favor. Maybe the title goes to Thor Sport. I mean, they have super strong cars, so we'll have to see how that goes. For trucks, excuse me, trucks. My bad. Oh my god, I caught myself. They have really strong trucks. Holy crap, I do that a lot. I grew up calling trucks cars, so it's a habit. My bad. Noah Gregson is the GOAT. Bro was using the racing line on an oval rip. Oh, well. We do what we can, right? Huh? He still won? He still won? Do you see 2311 making it to the playoffs? That's a good question. I mean, if their package is as good as it was last year at Kansas, I see one of them winning Kansas. I see that being Bubba. Tyler Reddick obviously had a rough past few weeks, right? Well, I guess 2 weeks, with the 500 weekend and Auto Club, wrecked out of both, I think. Obviously, I mean, definitely wrecked out of Auto Club. So I don't necessarily see him maybe making the playoffs. I have him in my bracket. I thought he'd do really well, but I also think this could be a bust year for him. I don't know if he's going to do well starting off at 23-11. I don't know if he's able to adapt as quickly as Kyle Busch is able to adapt. Kyle Busch hasn't had to adapt in a while, right? He hasn't changed teams in a long freaking time. But yeah, I don't know if Tyler Reddick has that adaptability yet. I think this is going to be a learning year for him. I wish I would have kept him out of my playoff bracket. Part of me thinks I did, but I also don't think I did. This is Forza 7, you guys. Forza 7. Let's see. Jimmy Johnson and Alex Bowman fan. We love that. Let's see. I think Cole Custer. Cole Custer is a championship favorite in my opinion. I mean, he is a force to win at every single race, and he has had success in the Xfinity Series. So it's not impossible. I think it's true. Oh, Dom Joseph joins the chat. Welcome, my guy. Brayton goes, it was like 03 in the future. It's a long story. Oh, love that. John, thank you, John. You had a habit of calling trucks cars too. It's a bad habit. I grew up saying it, so it's my bad. I didn't grow up a motorsports fan. I've been a motorsports fan since 2016, somewhere in there. Bubba has his breakout season winning. Oh, that's a bold prediction, Lightning Racing. Bubba has his breakout season winning 3 to 4 races. Tyler Reddick gets his win at Texas. Very interesting. What do you guys think about that on TikTok? That's an interesting guess. Oh, that's very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, so many comments. I think Busch he could win at Vegas. He could. We could see a back-to-back win from him to start the season, and that is impressive. KB better win Vegas this year, LOL. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's a mood. It's definitely a mood. Oh, that's cool. Dale Earnhardt Sr. 2001 24 diecast. That's cool. Yeah, if Kyle gets the championship this year, that's gonna be something. That's gonna definitely be something. That I didn't see him making it far to the playoffs when I did my preseason bracket, but he could be a championship favorite. Can you imagine? Yeah, okay, so it's not a bad bold prediction. We're getting the comments in on TikTok that Bubba could win 2 to 3. So, that's good. Gosh, there was Dom Joseph brought this up in the YouTube comments. Again, if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, you will see that we have the QR code right here. Make sure to scan that to help support the channel. Also to get more about where we are, where we have other content. If you are on TikTok, make sure to keep those likes going. We can get to 5K by the end of the stream. We definitely can. Yeah, my link tree is in there too. I just realized my medicine right here. My bad. So yeah. So definitely very, very interesting. There we go. Sorry, my bad. Let's go. Where do you guys want to see next? What do you guys want to see next? Why don't we just for the sake, can we do like the Indy track? Yeah, the Indy Oval. We don't do the road course. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. How do I get my teeth so perfect? Bro. Years of retainers and braces and Invisalign and palate expanders and all this other crap. My teeth aren't perfect, but I appreciate the comment. What is everybody's thoughts on the Chicago street race? That is a good question. I do want to get to this thing first with the Busch beer, the speculation as when Harvick leaves. who is going to take Busch Beer's place, or basically who's going to take Harvick's place as Busch Beer's sponsor. And it's said that the front runner is Ross Chastain. Obviously, it would be really awesome to see Kyle Busch be sponsored by Busch Beer, but my thought process was this, and give me a second, I gotta take my pills, I'm so sorry.
I actually think it's just the 24, 22, and 18.
Yeah, the only cards in this are 22, 24, and 18. My bad. Also, if you've never tried this flavor of body armor, do it. It's really good. So I was right at first. It is just the 22, 24, and 18. We love that. All right. But yeah, Busch Beer. I think it would be nice to see them sponsor Kyle Busch. I think Kyle Busch still has a long time in his career to go, right? But I'm also thinking longevity. Ross Chastain Trackhouse, they kind of have more of like the party vibe, kind of maybe what Busch Beer wants to go for. He's still a young driver, right? So in that sense, I think the assumption that Busch Beer does go with Ross Chastain, I can see that partnership working out really well. Kyle Busch, again, I don't think he's going to be out of the sport in 5 years, 7 years. I think he still has a while to go, but longevity-wise, if Busch Beer is looking for a team or a driver that they can stick with, I think it's them. And then somebody brought up watermelon beer. I think that's an easy marketing thing. Watermelon man, watermelon beer. There's opportunity there for sure. But with Kyle Busch, there's opportunity there too. He's Kyle Busch, Busch Beer. Why this has not happened, I don't know. But we'll see what this brings. So many comments on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your support. Make sure to scan that QR code as well to check out on YouTube and Facebook all the ATYL content. We got our merch on there too. Linktree. My Linktree is in my bio here on TikTok if you guys want ATYL merch. Like this hat. This hat is not for sale, but the stuff with the logo on it definitely is. Those pins are for sale as well. I think I have those linked in my Linktree as well. Other ways to support myself and the ATYL crew. Yeah, so Busch sponsors Busch is what people are wanting. Brayton said, just saying for the whole Busch Beer thing, a certain mid-ARCA driver turning 21 in August. That is true. You know? I mean, also too, you know, pizza and beer go together very well. Just saying. Let's see. The other thing with Busch sponsoring Kyle Busch is that Busch has sponsored RCR in the past with Budweiser. That's the other thing too. With the 8 car and Busch back, there is a great opportunity there, so it's interesting. It we'll be interested to see where Busch goes with. It is nice though to hear that they're planning to stay in the sport in a big way. It seems like, so that's good. Oreo needs to sponsor Junior Motorsports at the Daytona opener. Oh my gosh, bring Oreo back. Yo, let's go. All right. So Chicago Street Course, I am not one to knock something until we try it. The Chicago Street Course, though, makes me very nervous, and it makes me more nervous that we're already thinking ahead to doing more street races without knowing that this is going to work. That terrifies me. It makes me a little upset, but obviously the thing with the Chicago Street Course, the whole purpose around it is to make sure that we are expanding our market, expanding who is seeing NASCAR, getting to a different audience. And that's really important to get our sport farther into the future, right? You have to have fans in order to put on racing. So, yeah, nerve-wracking, so we'll have to see. So many comments, oh my goodness. Thank you guys. It's also stupid that we have 2 Monster Energy cards in the Cup Series. It's so confusing. At least they're getting a different paint scheme for Tyler Reddick. The paint scheme itself, I'm personally not a huge fan of. That's my personal taste. I don't like the new paint scheme. But that is an opinion. That is my opinion. Hamlin drinks White Claws. You know it. Oh my god. What a mood. Clint Boyer would have been perfect for Busch. He really would have, you know. I do miss Clint Boyer. I mean, I like him in the booth too, but I miss his driving. I know. Chicago Street Course, John Jensen said, if NASCAR wanted to go back to the Chicago area, why couldn't they just go back to Chicagoland? Thank you. Thank you, John. Okay, so dumb. Are you bringing in the fact? Oh no. Okay, so yeah, fun fact about me. I don't like Oreos. I don't. I'm sorry, but I do not. I like Chips Ahoy, and I know that's like blasphemy. I know that, but I like cookies and cream. Ice cream, I like Oreo Blizzards, but Oreos themselves, I can't do it. I'm sorry, you guys. My bad. Raceman, you are about the best content on TikTok when it comes to NASCAR. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I've been a fan of the sport for a while, and I've done content since 2021, but I didn't do this on TikTok until really like late last year, and I was like, all right, let's do it. 3.5K likes. Thank you guys so much. We can get to 5K by the end of the stream, you guys. We can do it on TikTok. Hi, Adam. What is up? Yeah, at least they're both the same manufacturer now. Well, welcome to NASCAR. Welcome to NASCAR. Okay, the vanilla Oreos, though. That's where I make the exception, you guys. Vanilla Oreos are decent, I will say. So I will give them that. I will. So there we go. I want Rockingham back, was what someone on TikTok says. Now that North Wilkesboro is back, they want Rockingham back. We gotta undo the 1.5 mile evils. I mean, I would love to have Rockingham back too, for real. Obviously, I wasn't a fan of NASCAR when, I wasn't alive either when we were racing at Rockingham. So we'll have to see. Oh, and then with how many Monster Energy cars we have, Dom also said there's about 12 Bass Pro Shop cars rolling onto the grid each week. So as much as we are annoyed with the Monster Energy, how much they are, one, I'm at least glad that cars are being sponsored. That's the main thing, that we have primary sponsors on these cars. So it's a lot to process with all these Bass Pro Shops and Monster Energy cars out there that can get confusing, but they're getting sponsored. That's all that matters. So there is that. Lightning, you said, I don't like Chips Ahoy, mostly because I need gluten-free cookies. Oh, that's fair. That's totally valid. See, that Mountain Dew scheme is so good, though. I love that Mountain Dew scheme. Dang. We love to see it. And the old 24. The first piece of NASCAR merch that I got, that wasn't diecast related, was a Chase Elliott Napa 24 shirt with that car on it. So that was pretty cool. All-Star race. Oh my gosh. If I could have made the All-Star race, I don't know if I can travel that much. I mean, I'm going to the 600 already this year. But, I mean, obviously the All-Star race is the week before the 600. I don't know if I can be in Charlotte or afford to be in Charlotte for 2 weeks. But otherwise, I would have loved to. I would have loved to go to the All-Star race. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make people feel old. Oh my god. Alright. Got back into racing this year. Jay Falls said, hated the class, played iRacing, now I'm obsessed with NASCAR. There we go. Well, welcome to the dark side. Join NASCAR. We love it. Where am I from? I'm from Ohio. People say it's the worst state out there. People say it's the most boring state out there. I say it's a lovely state. Ohio has never wronged me besides the weather. So, yeah. We don't bring politics into this, so I'm not going to talk about politics. But otherwise, Ohio has never wronged me. Great state. Lots of fun things to do. We have, near my hometown, we have like a strawberry festival. That's always really fun. We have Cedar Point, Kings Island. That's really fun. Cleveland's a great city to go to. So, like, it's a good time. It's a good time. You're from East Palestine? Okay, so I just got lipstick on my hand. Sorry. Okay, so first off, I hope you are safe. I hope you are safe. Second, I work with my TV's news station, and we've been covering, or my school's news station, that's what I meant to say. And we've been covering East Palestine every single week. So I'm following closely on that story. Obviously, it does affect, it doesn't affect me as much as it does you guys in East Palestine, but with the water and everything that's happening, it's affecting where I am kind of up at school here a little bit. So please stay safe. All those that are in East Palestine that might be watching, just keep yourself safe, keep watching the news, keep making sure you're getting the right information, drink good water. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's scary. I know I gotta go to Eldora, I gotta make it there. It's a matter of getting tickets, and transportation. But I would love to go. Yeah, I would love to go to Eldora, for real. That would be an awesome race to go to. I've never been to a dirt race before. The only races I've been to ever are NASCAR races, so I would love to expand that a little bit. Obviously, still, there's NASCAR guys in the Eldora race, but I would love nothing more than to be able to go to that track. I played with the idea of covering it for media, but because I've never gone dirt racing before, I've never like watched a dirt race like in person, I want to make sure I understand everything once I am there. So that's the reason why I'm not going to be covering the race for media. But dirt track is where legends are born. For real. For real. For real. Johnny said, I want Rockingham and Nashville Fairgrounds back. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Nashville Fairgrounds, they've been on a rocky road with the town. Oh my gosh. Yeah, give us the... Yeah, Sawyer over here is saying, give us the Indy Oval back, please. From what the idea that I've heard played with is that they could rotate the Indy Oval with the Indy Road Course every other year. Now that's a rumor, that's an idea. I don't remember where I heard it. I just know I was in conversation, like just about the idea. Somebody posted it on Twitter, I think actually. I think somebody posted it on Twitter. Is what the thought process was, or maybe Tony Stewart said something. I really don't know, but we could go back and forth. Go to the Dream, it's in June. Sharon Speedway is cool too. I would love to go to Sharon Speedway too. There's so many tracks that are getting races in Ohio this summer that I'd love to go to. It's a matter of transportation and tickets. Because I'm pretty sure I think Sharon might be sold out. Eldora, I don't know if it's sold out yet. I think they just opened buying tickets for that. So there is that, but it would be fun to cover those races, like just kind of give you like here's what it's like being at an SRX race, because I haven't seen a lot of people post like an SRX race experience, so I think that's something that I could do on my personal Above the Yellow Line channel. I think that's cool. Thanks everyone for joining. We're at 4.2k likes on TikTok. I greatly appreciate it. Also, again, YouTube and Facebook, if you're on there, I have a QR code right next to me, so make sure to click that to have more information about where I'm at. Oh, he's backing up. He's a time traveler. Oh, 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 what'd you do? Just, oh. Rewind farther? I don't know what happened. Oh my god. My goodness. We're trying. We're figuring this out. Holy crap. You're going to Berlin? Have so much fun? You keep doing... See this? Okay, so here's what I did. So when I was playing this, like, I don't know, I guess at this point 30 minutes ago, I kept doing the same thing. I would back up, try to fix the mistake, and then I'd still run into the wall. There we go. You got it. You got it. Yeah. These are all good races. Good races to go to. Good. Any other NASCAR stuff you guys want to talk about? Any other questions, comments, concerns that we can think of? I don't know if there was a lot of NASCAR news that was released this past week. I kept looking and I didn't really see anything nothing big really that I could think of that I saw. Is it weird that I still think one of the best NASCAR tracks in NASCAR is Watkins Glen? I don't think that's weird. Everybody has their own favorite tracks, and I think one thing as fans that we have to be aware of, like I know with Texas, I've never been to Texas, the state or the track, Texas Motor Speedway, but there are some people out there that is their home track, so they love going there. It's their home track. It's where they've always gone. It's where they grew up going to. It's the easiest track for them to get to, so they're gonna love the track. So I don't like to bash tracks anymore because I understand that relationship, especially with Kentucky Speedway. Like I said, they never had the best racing, but for me, that track was my home. That's where my grandparents went for years. I think they went to the first race that they had there, 2011. And they went like ever since or everything like that. So like, I don't know. Yeah. So there's that. I don't think it's weird that you like Watkins Glen if that's your favorite track. If that was like my home track or whatever, if it's not your home track, that's totally fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions about the tracks that they like. I'm a firm believer in that. Same with drivers. I might not be the biggest fan of this driver, but if that's who you're a fan, if you have a connection or you just like the driver, go for it. I kind of like all the drivers though, so that's where I stand. I mean, as a fan, I do have a favorite driver, and I have a few favorite drivers. Journalistically, I like all the drivers so far. The ones that I've been able to meet like in person doing journalistic stuff with are the ARCA drivers and the Truck Series drivers when I went last year. Ooh, yikes. So there was that. What do we think about the new short track package? I'm holding off reservations or like thoughts on the new package until we see it in action for the short tracks. I want to be able to put together what they're actually doing to these cars versus what we see on the track. I want to see what difference it makes. The short track package, if you guys chime in on this on YouTube, Facebook, please do. But we know last year the short track package lacked a little bit. It was a little frustrating to watch those races. So, hopefully this year kind of fixes some of those issues that made things a little frustrating to watch. So we'll have to see. World of Outlaws at Bristol, that'd be fun to watch. Nothing beats Martinsville. I do love Martinsville. Has to be my favorite track. I've never gone. I would love to go this year in the fall to watch before they go to the final race of the season to crown their champions. I would love to go to that race. I might have a chance to go there either for work or just to do media for it. So we'll have to see, but I'm excited about that. Let's see. Opinion on Bubba Wallace, I like him. I think he's going to have a good year this year. I expect him to have a good year. I think every single season that we go on that he's been in the Cup Series, he's learned something new. And I think 2311 Racing, it being a newer team, you're going to have kinks that you have to work out. Obviously, for me, winning a race last year, his first, like, all-out just win, just on pure raw speed, nothing else at Kansas, showed me that he has potential to win multiple races in a season. I don't know if he's going to be a championship contender ever in the series, but I also know that just with the equipment that they have at 2311, I don't know if he can at that team. So, but I do like him a lot. I think he has a really interesting attitude, I will say. There's sometimes where you can't really read him, sometimes where he could come off as maybe not the nicest guy. There's other times where I'm like, I want to grab a drink with Bubba Wallace. He sounds like fun, but I think I think he puts a lot of pressure on himself, and he's very serious about his craft, which obviously, I mean, yeah. If that's your work, you should be serious about it. So I like him a lot. I hope he has a good season. I really do. I expect him to get a win or two this season for sure. Let's see. Oh, everyone wants to know my opinion on Bubba Wallace. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh yeah, the whole Bubba versus Larson thing last year. That was wild. Oh my god. Lightning, you said, my favorite driver in Xfinity are Parker Reslov? Yep, and Sam Mayer. Sorry, I'm like looking my eyes. Ty Majeski is my favorite driver in Truck Series. Dark Horse to win last season, their championship race. He was so close to doing it. He just made one wrong move in the final laps that spun him out in the Truck Series race last year. But, I mean, Zane was so fast. He was so fast. Let's see. NASCAR Ignition. We have Ignition. Again, it might be a while before we're able to play a game on a stream again, just because I'm going to be in between places for the next few months. So I might not have the setup to be able to play, which is unfortunate, and I hate it. But Ignition's next. I know people wanted to see me play Thunder 2004 again, so we'll have to do that. I played for the longest time, and I want to continue playing NASCAR Rivals. I've gone through some of like the career stuff in that game. I really like it, so that's one as well. Where's the other cars? Well, we're in first place, so we're smoking the field. That's where they're at. Yeah. Another Taylor in the chat. Thanks for joining, Taylor, on TikTok. They said, my favorite NASCAR truck driver is Haley Deegan and Cup driver is Alex Bowman. I do like Haley Deegan. I hope she has a good season. Pretty rough at Daytona for her. She had a really good car, I felt, and then obviously got caught in a wreck, so that sucked. But hopefully this is a good season for her. I feel like ThorSport and her will be a good fit. I hope. So if she can't win at ThorSport, I don't know where she's going to win at, but I want her to succeed. It is, there's a lot of pressure on her to succeed, obviously. So I hope she does well. I really do. Let's see, what else? Dale Earnhardt's always been your favorite. Hello, Matt Deason, what is up? Thanks for joining. How do I feel about dirt tracks? I've never been to a dirt race, but in Bristol Dirt, I'm not the biggest fan of, but last year's race was pretty entertaining, I would have to say. I think NASCAR learned a lot after going there the first year of how they need to do dirt racing right. They took suggestions from the drivers that have done dirt racing, so I think they learned, and I think the one thing I love about NASCAR when we go to these new tracks, even though we might be a little against it at first, is that NASCAR is willing to learn and they're willing to admit maybe we need to be better, and they'll make those changes. And the racing, going to the tracks, bringing in a new audience, keeping the old audience, it's all a moving target. And I don't envy NASCAR for having to keep up with all of this. I really don't. There's a lot that they're trying to bring to the table to get a new audience in that's going to keep the sport going in the future. But Bristol Dirt, I actually was kind of a fan of last year. I hate to say it, but I really was. I'm sure Brayton would love to race that maybe someday. I would love to see Brayton Laster racing a dirt race at Bristol. I think that'd be fun as heck. Be super fun. Did you, Jader on YouTube, we did talk about Busch beer that might sponsor Ross Chastain next season. I think that'd be really interesting for sure. They could make some, like, I heard the watermelon beer argument. I think that'd be fun to see. Also, again, on TikTok, we're trying to get to 5K likes. I think we can do it. We also have, like, a microphone goal. I don't know. We'll try to do it. Who's your pick to win the Cup champion this year? Okay, so my preseason pick was Kevin Harvick because that's what my heart wanted. I also wanted to be bold in my predictions. I predicted that none of the major 3 teams, Joe Gibbs, Hendrick, or Penske, would win the championship. Because I wanted to be bold, because if I'm really bold and I'm right, I get to look like a genius. Obviously, on the other side, though, if I make a really bold prediction and it's wrong, I'm going to look stupid. But I'm fine with that. That's all good. It's making preseason predictions is all about being bold and having a fun time with it. So my prediction is Kevin Harvick. Do I think he's actually going to win the championship? No. Midway through the season, we should have a good idea as to who's going to win. However, with how the playoff system works and the point system and what we're doing this year with, we're not having just the top 30 in points that are able to make it. You can make it into the playoffs with a win and you're in regardless. Even if you're like dead last in points and you attempt every single race this season, you're in every single race this season and you're dead last in points, you can still get into the round of 16 if you win. That's bizarre. So that stresses me out a little bit. But yeah, my pick this year is Kevin Harvick because that's what my heart wants for him to go out with a good year. Stewart Haas Racing, they had really decent speed, in my opinion, at Daytona. I don't think Kevin Harvick necessarily did altogether, but Almirola, Briscoe was really good. Priest was decent. He was really good at the Coliseum, which was nice to see too. But Kevin Harvick, speed-wise, he's consistent. He's a consistent driver. Oh, hello, everybody in the comments. Welcome. What is up? Larson when I predicted Larson would win the championship last year, and it was like a championship slump year after he won it in 2021, 2022, couldn't get it done, really disappointing. So that's why I didn't pick him this year, because I'm like, all right, I think Larson will come back this year. He'll bounce back. It was really disappointing his car at Auto Club without practice because it was rained out. I think that was an issue that they could have diagnosed if they would have had practice with his engine, but unfortunately, just without practice, his team wouldn't have known. But Larson was the clear favorite, in my opinion, for Auto Club. But you'll know, whoa, the tire on the track? Excuse me? That was bizarre. All right. North Wilkesboro will be really cool. Dale Jr. back in the car, yes. We love that. Jan, you said your guy is Martin Truex Jr. In today's era, Dale Sr. and Jr. are my all-time favorite. I do like Martin Truex Jr. a lot. There is a lot of question as to if Truex is going to hang up the helmet after this year. I don't really know. How do we feel about Fontana going away? I hate it. It should not go away. I feel like it's, for NASCAR, it is a really good financial decision to get rid of Auto Club. They made a lot of money off of that deal after selling it. So for them, I get it. As a fan, I don't want Auto Club to go. The racing that we've seen these past 2 years with the Gen 7 car was freaking fantastic. It was the best racing at that track that I have seen since I started watching this sport. So that is my opinion on that. We should not have gotten rid of that. If anything, we should have gotten rid of a different track. I'm not naming names, but we should have, or at least reconfigured. If anything, just repave Auto Club. But also because of how rough that track is, it was getting really fun to watch as well. So, and there was no track issues this weekend. I was expecting okay, let me back up. There were no issues on track this weekend or with the track itself. I think the crew did a really good job with all the rain and stuff that was happening, making sure the track was in good condition. So, also, to those who work NASCAR, you're not media, you're not like the pit crew and everything like that, but you are in charge of making sure the track is maintained. You are the facility management at these tracks. You deserve like a billion hugs. You guys are the best people out there, so thank you. Let's see, what else we got here in the comments? So many comments, you guys, thank you. And we got the 5.6K likes. We can get to 6K, 7K by the end of this. We'll probably, I'll give it like 10 more minutes. We'll do 10 more minutes. This is not Ignition. This is Forza 7. We could, you want to end on Daytona USA? Let's end on Daytona USA. We played Daytona USA at the beginning of this stream. We'll end on it too. If you guys don't know, this was originally an arcade game. It was ported to the Sega Saturn. Ported to a few more systems, and then it was on the Xbox Store. The Xbox Store no longer available. So we got it before it was taken off. So happy about this. You're playing it backwards compatible on the Series X. So I'm gonna go through these comments again. So sorry, I'm like behind on the comments, you guys. So that was Forza 7. Now we are on Daytona USA. I know some of you guys have some history with this. No, don't sell Pocono, Matt. Matt, no. We don't sell Pocono. We keep Pocono. We bring back Chicagoland, though, and we get rid of other tracks, not naming names. Over the Shoulder, you said, it's a good track, but if they can fix the short track package with the new half mile, should be great too. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a matter of fixing that package. And short track racing is some of the most exciting racing in my opinion. It's close quarters. It's fun to watch, so we'll have to see. Taylor, you said, I live in South Carolina. NASCAR raced at Greenville, Pickens, Speedway, and 71. Oh, that's cool. Really cool. Let's see, a Lightning Racing, you said Texas is the worst track on the schedule, no offense. John Jensen said, I agree. Supercars Championship, do not watch Supercars. I have not dabbled into that yet, so we will have to see. All right, yeah, this game is fun. Unfortunately, though, because of copyright issues, we do not have the music for this game, but they are bops. It's an experience. So yeah, if you have an arcade around you that has this game, like drive to it, go to it, fly to it, play it. It's super fun. We absolutely love it. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Anything else you guys wanted to bring up NASCAR-wise? This weekend, I said my pick to win is probably going to be Logano or Blaney. I'm going to be looking really closely at Team Penske. They have some really good stats here. Kyle Busch, though, don't count him out. Doing pretty well this season so far, if I do say so myself. So we'll have to see. Chevys, though, they're always a factor, right? And the Chevys have shown really strong speed this year. So far, obviously, we're only 2 points paying races in, but they have shown a lot of promise. Kyle Busch, 2 in a row. I think he could definitely do it. If anyone says, though, that he's the championship favorite or he's the early championship favorite, wait until we get like 5 or 6 races in before we say championship favorites this year. Ooh, there's a lot of wrecking. Because you can't base that off of 2 races, you guys. That is impossible. But if Kyle does well at Vegas, granted, he has good history there, then we'll have to see. But it's really, when we start to see more of these intermediate tracks, it's going to tell me who's got it and who does not. So we'll have to see that. So, yeah. Here we go. Lap 5 of 8. We got this. We can do it. Yeah, so we'll do, we'll have Sawyer play this round, I'll play the last round, and then we will close it out. Oh, hold on, I saw somebody join this stream that I recognized. Yeah, you can't base it off of 2 races, you just cannot. That's not. Alexander on YouTube said, do you have any tracks, do you have any tracks do you think are a snooze fest to watch? Oh my god. Yeah. Yes, Smoke Carbon. I thought that was you. What is up? Thank you for joining. So yeah, I do have some tracks that I think are snooze fest. Sometimes it's based off of the year. I will say Texas Motor Speedway had better racing last year with the Gen 7 car. In my opinion, I thought the racing was better than what we've seen in the past. Martinsville last year was so disappointing. I had a friend over for that race she's watched NASCAR before, but we've never watched it together, and her dad was really into the sport and still is, I think, but she's not necessarily. And she came over and I was like, you're in for a treat. Martinsville is a fantastic race, a fantastic track. And the race was boring. And I was like, of all days, and then that told me right off the bat, I'm like, this short track package is just going to be not it, is it? So Richmond, usually I'm not a huge fan of the racing there, but I think with a package change, we might see some better racing. All right, position 10 of 40, that's pretty good. Smoke Carbon, thanks for stopping by. I always appreciate you. Go RFK. We love RFK here. We love them. If you are able to go to their fan event for the 600 weekend, go to it. It is such a good time. They really treat their fans well there. I'll put an S in here for you. How about that? There we go. Great. Let's see what else. Who's my favorite NASCAR driver? So journalistically, I like them all. I really do. All the drivers, I mean, some of the younger drivers are also really fun to talk to as well. Either they don't have media training or they don't have a lot of it. Some drivers you get a lot out of, some drivers you do not. I have some favorite interviews that I've done before. In terms of a fan, I started in NASCAR as a Chase Elliott fan. I've moved to Ryan Blaney. Fan-wise, I would say he's my favorite driver. I love his off-track initiatives. He's very personable with his fans that I like. And he's also a good driver, which is really good. Smoke Carbon, we have to meet up. We have to meet up at the 600. We're going to do a whole, meet. I don't want to go to that track. We'll go to this track. We're going to have to do a whole ATYL meetup because Dom Joseph will be there. Adam Lucas should be at the 600 weekend. So we'll have to do an ATYL meet and greet where I can give out some merch there, some stickers. We'll have to meet at the 600 weekend for sure. We'll make sure we plan that well in advance because knowing the tracks, sometimes even though they're expanding their Wi-Fi services at all of the tracks, the Wi-Fi might not be that great. So we'll have to plan a time and we'll all have to be there. Oh, wow. That was... Woo, okay. We're already off to a bad start. You're a sports communication student. Very cool. How can I get into NASCAR? So I started off as a film production student. Then I moved to media production. Then I moved around and now I'm a journalism, broadcast journalism major. And I don't necessarily know if I'm going to do journalism. I'm doing more of the marketing side of things. And really, it depends on what you want to do, what you want to get into. If you want to do broadcasting, start your own podcast. There's nothing wrong with that. Make something out of it. I started my podcast Above the Yellow Line 2021. It was audio only. I sucked at making graphics. I still kind of do, but nobody else talked about NASCAR with me in my small town that I'm from, Wall. And I was like, well, if no one else is here to talk about it with me, I'll just talk about it myself. And somehow, some way, it sparked some attention. And 2022, I got a call from Toby Christie and was like, hey, like your content, like what you're doing. I made things a video format at that point. Let's chat about you joining the team, and now I'm part of TobyChristie.com. I also was reached out to by a wonderful outlet called The Podium Finish, run by Rob Youngson, to write some articles just because I was on Twitter all the time talking about NASCAR. He's like, hey, why don't you write a little bit? And I did. That was fun. So really, how you get into NASCAR is just start involving yourself in the discourse. Getting on social media, reaching out to media outlets if that's what you want to do. If you want to do more the broadcasting side, see if there's any iRacing leagues that need help broadcasting. If you have not broadcasted before, do some practice runs. Like, put a race on, try to broadcast it yourself, record yourself, send it as a reel. Like, really just get yourself out there is what I have to say is how you get yourself into NASCAR or any sport. In college, I'm sure that there's internship opportunities, so obviously, I'm pretty sure at your school there's nothing NASCAR related that you could intern with necessarily, but if you have sports teams that are looking for people for communications help, helping sell tickets, score stuff, scoreboard stuff, if they need help, if you have a school newspaper writing articles, if they're able to mentor you through that like my school does, start writing articles for your school paper. You might not know AP style, you might not know how to properly format a story. You might not know the inverted pyramid. You might not know anything about writing an article, but if you're like, hey, this is something I might be interested in, college is a great time to try all that out because you get to try it out, you get to make mistakes, you get to learn from them. And then when you go to the real world, when you're looking for jobs and stuff like that, you can have a resume of some work that you've done for your school paper. You could have a reel maybe if you were able to do broadcast. And if your school doesn't have that, do it on your own. That's all you gotta say. If you want something, go for it. A lot of people have also asked, like, hey, 7 out of 40, that's pretty good. I want to start a podcast. Where do I start? You just start. Your phone is a great microphone. You can post to YouTube with a graphic. I mean, there's apps where you can do things for free. So definitely do that. What races will I be at this year? I will be at the 600 is a for sure one. I hope to be at Mid-Ohio to work it. That one's not totally for sure yet, but I'm like 90% guaranteeing I will be at Mid-Ohio this year. I want to go to Eldora for SRX. Michigan, I might work that for media this year. What other races? I'm forgetting something. I would like to go to Martinsville in the fall. There's other races that I might be going to as well as part of my job marketing drivers. Those races are not totally confirmed yet. We're still waiting to hear kind of confirmation, but I will say I will probably be working races too for my drivers. So that'll be pretty cool. My arcade has this. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. You want to experience NHRA event? I have a buddy of mine, AJ Appeal, who's now working with NHRA. A team, I believe. He runs or ran, I guess, Racing Refresh. He started that media organization that really was heavy into NASCAR too, but all motorsports and stuff like that. And he just got a job working with the with NHRA and loves it. He moved out to California, I think. So wish him the best. Helped me a lot going through it. So. Well, Smoke Carbon, you might have to show me around at Martinsville for sure. For sure. Jeff Gordon was my favorite driver when I started. Ooh, I'm trying to read. Do you have any tracks that you think are... Oh, I already read that comment. Sorry. Man, this isn't going to be a good race, is it? I already spun out. I was in the grass. I was reading comments. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. We'll end off on this then. We'll do that. Let's see. We're spinning. We're not going to spin. We're good. We're good. You know what? I feel like I should restart this. Let's actually, you know what? Let's end on a challenge. Let's end on a challenge. See if I can do that. Tips on getting a photo pass working with drivers. I looked at Georgia photos and I messed and loved it. I took GA photos. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So tips on that is you have to affiliate yourself with a media outlet. Is the thing. So usually wedding photographer. That's so cool. So yeah, so I would say if you're looking for opportunities, reach out for people. I know, try to see if you have a school near you, something like that. Try to immerse yourself in sports photography. Is what I would say. So if like you have like a high school near you, something like that has sporting events, be like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm an amateur photographer for sports, or I'm working on my sports photography. Do you mind if I photograph your basketball event or something like that? Like trying to do that. For motorsports, it's a little tricky, especially NASCAR wise, because you have to be affiliated with a media outlet, or you have to show that you've done work before. So basically just get your foot in the door at a media outlet, shoot at your local short tracks is what I'm trying to say, to get some experience in there too. Getting a media pass though, like I said earlier, I get really disappointed when the media passes are, what am I trying to say? They're not used properly. I feel like there's some people that have gotten media passes and they use them as like hot passes, fan passes, VIP passes, and that's not what they should be used for. And when people use those media passes like fan passes, it makes it really hard for people who want to get media passes and want to write articles and want to do videos and stuff like that. It makes it a lot harder for those people to get those passes. So if you're going to get media passes, use them properly. Do not ask drivers for autographs, pictures, whatever it may be. You're there to work is all I have to say about that. And some people have media passes and they take pictures with drivers and videos with drivers and whatever. And it might be part of a deal that they have with NASCAR. NASCAR might accept and know about that. That's fine. But it rubs me the wrong way. Just as I know when somebody messes up the media passes and what they're actually for and what they're supposed to be for, it messes it up for everybody else. So that's what I gotta say. But yeah, definitely if you want to get involved in motorsports photography, I'm starting to try to learn that as well. Start off at your short tracks. Just getting the basics of how to shoot sports, because it's different than shooting like for really anything else. Same with video for sports. There needs to be more sport videographers out there, like freelance sport videographers. Video is such a good skill, and I will say, like, a lot of drivers are looking for people who can film really nice, crisp video content for them for social media. Because a lot of people out there have the photography skill, but might not be able to do videography. And if you can do both, that's really impressive. So definitely look into doing video as well. When going into turn 3, put it in third, and the car will drift center. Ooh, okay. I don't know. I don't think I have it on automatic. I don't think I have it on manual here, so I don't think I can't shift in this right now. Okay, come on. Oh no, I was doing so well. I thought I was gonna end in the top 3. Looks like that's not gonna happen. I have a beat up car. Oh well, whatever, that's fine. It seems racing photo videography sure did die off this area the past few years. Yeah, see? She ain't gonna win with this car, Chief. She ain't going to. Yeah, definitely try to get back into it though, because I promise you there are teams, there are drivers that are looking for that. This year too, some teams might, yeah, they just always look for what teams need. Even like the smaller teams always really need freelance video photography stuff too. So reach out, even if you take photos of a team's car, to say, hey, my name is so-and-so, I'm freelance, I'm doing this for fun right now, or I'm looking for work, here's a photo, send it their way. But yeah, and then also this year I might be able to, based off of talking to some members of teams, might have the ability to get VIP passes this year, which I think will be really fun. So we'll have to see, again, in talks with a few crew members and stuff like that, to see if that could happen, which would be really cool. Smoke Harmony said, I buy VIP passes to show experiences the YouTube. See, and that's how you should do it. Like, if you're gifted the VIP passes or buying them to show the experience, don't use a media pass for the vlogs and stuff. Unless you are doing a vlog and you're actually telling the stories and being a journalist. That's how I see it. But Smoke Carbon, you're doing it right. But you guys, that was the stream. My goodness, we went a little longer than I thought, but that's okay. We had a really good time. Thank you guys all in Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok for joining. There was a few comments I wanted to make before we go that I felt were pretty important. So let's get that figured out right now. All right. So first off, social media accounts. You all know I'm always on social media. My link is in the bio. I have a link tree in my bio, so make sure to check that out for all other content that I do. Myself and the ATYL crew does. @_Taylor_Kitchen_ is my handle on Twitter and on TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, thank you for joining me here. TobyChristieCom is also on TikTok and all other social media platforms for other great NASCAR content. And Above the Yellow Line is my brand. The hat right there, ATYL. On Instagram, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcast, and Facebook. We have a Facebook account now, so that's pretty cool. We're moving up in the world. So also on all podcasting platforms, I usually put out a recap episode every single Monday or Tuesday of the previous race, talk about some of the topics in that race. So if you can't watch the show, that is on my link tree on YouTube and Facebook. You can always listen to it on all podcasting platforms. And also, we have a partner for this, freaking FilterTime. I love you guys. So FilterTime is our partner here at Above the Yellow Line and TobyChristie.com. They have an also promo code for you all, Toby15, for 15% off your first FilterTime order. So make sure to give that a go for all your filter needs. Also, they support Dale Jr. Dale Jr. supports them back and forth. So pretty cool. So greatly appreciate that. But guys, that is it for this live stream. You finally made it to NASCAR TikTok after all this time. We're about to end the stream. I am so sorry. But yeah, so thank you for joining the stream, you guys. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to reach out to me, DMs are usually always open. It might take me a bit to respond, but reach out to me on my social media pages. You got it. But thank you all so much for joining. And I will see you next time.